music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Braxton Family Values. This is season 6, episode 1. Yes, this is the season premiere. And I think this is going to be an interesting season, given all that has happened since we last saw the Braxtons. Today's lipstick is Urban Decay. I think this is my last new Urban Decay that I have, which is just weird. The color is Pandemonium, and well, I guess I can open up a little bit more so you guys can see it. So this is the color. So y'all know I like reds, purples, browns. That is what I stick to for my particular skin tone. So I'm always looking for a different color purple, and the color can be like this a little bit darker, a little bit lighter. I can't wait to get some more lipsticks, but they'll always be in those rams of those colors. I have like a turquoise-ish, blue-ish one coming that I can't wait to see how it looks on my skin tone, but you know, I want to try new colors. So this episode, I needed to feel a little bit of energy. I love these things. They're so delicious. And you can drink them and not like get drunk. It's like a little oomph. You know what I'm saying? So we see the episode start off with the sisters basically finding out that Tamar filing for divorce. And they found out on the internet, like on the blog. We had Tawanda, who they call Umba. And for some reason, I wrote my notes. I said Umba and not Tawanda. But Tawanda was at Tony's house, and they were, you know, Tony's maid is on vacation, so Tony got to do the laundry or whatever, and we know that Tawanda's doing a play, so they were sitting around chit-chatting or whatever, and then Tawanda, it popped up in her little news feed, so her and Tony both was, of course, shocked. They then called Trina. Trina was also shocked. They then called Tracy. So it's a whole little three-way phone call with all the sisters on the phone, of course, except for Tamar, and Tracy was like, I don't believe that, because she loved her some her daddy represent. I think maybe it was just some things going on, and she want him to change. So this is what she's doing to get him to change. And people, that's what Tiny did with T.I. She filed for divorce because she wanted some things to change. Now I don't know how much they changed. Now I don't know if T.I. still out in these streets. However, they still have not been divorced. And they both seem to be kind of happy together or apart or separately together, however you want to do that. So, but they all were just basically shocked because she did not tell them. I am a firm believer, and I hate when something goes on in our family and I have to find out about it on social media from certain people. Like, I get if my third cousin removed from my biological side of the family, it's something I might not get that information, but me and my siblings, like, it should be a first contact situation. Some things we don't even talk about until we have notified each other, because I'm a middle child. I have an older sister and a younger brother. We all only a year apart, so I can get how they all were kind of like, why wouldn't she tell us? Because again, it's not the simple thing for you just even posting something on IG. Like, this was in all that you was getting a full-fledged divorce. Like, once you file for divorce, tell your family before you tell the world. And that's what Trina said. Like, why would you not tell us before everyone else do? Why we got to find out in these blogs? And I completely agree. Tamar should have given her sisters a heads up. We then see they kind of, how they do, this is Tamar, this is Trina, this is Tawanda. They do their own little parts of the story. So they're like, Tamar. But it wasn't Tamar. It was Tamar's interview. And Tamar did this interview, I think, right after the news broke about them getting divorced. I remember seeing it. I think I reviewed about it, too, with the whole divorce situation. And it was just her on the little talk show, whatever, saying how, they going through things, they doing the best they can. And I'm like, so they not going to show Tamar talking? No? Tamar don't have no confessional look? No? Okay. So I'm like, well, clearly Tamar was not really around much for shooting, because I'm like, she would have at least had a confessional just saying, yeah, I filed for divorce. I mean, it's something. I'm like, okay, so this is going to be a different kind of season. I can see that it seems like she wasn't all the way really wanting to be on the show because of the whole debacle. Now, this stuff was being filmed around the time they were getting a divorce. I think this was before Mama Braxton went on a whole "he beat my daughter" tour, when she went on different shows and radio shows and talk shows and said A, B, and C about them. So I'm kind of wondering why Tamar wasn't included now, but we'll get to that in a second. So, you know, we see the sisters come back over there, you know, with Tony. Tony was getting a, what's the tattoo things? A little tattoo thing on her hand, but like it wasn't permanent. I forgot what it's called. And, you know, so she getting that, you know, she gave her sister some gifts. She got them some hijibs or hijabs. I think it's hijabs or hijibs. I can't think how it's pronounced right now. I never had one. And she said them things cost $5,000 a piece. I'm like, Tony, is that why your ass keep going bankrupt? Because you're out here spending $15,000 on a piece of, girl, that is one, it wasn't none for $100. $5,000, Tony. $5,000, Tony. Girl, if the bankruptcy court hears you out here spending $5,000 on a piece of a hijab, I think it's a hijab, for your sisters, they gonna put you in the jail. I'm like, Tony going bankrupt because she don't know what the fuck she doing. Girl, when she said it cost $5,000 a piece, I said, them things must be made of Jesus' wool. What else is they made from, Tony? They gotta be made from Jesus' wool. His hair, is it from his cloth? Girl, bye. I was just like, excuse me, since I can't drink them things. Tony, girl, don't do that no more. So, stupid. But, you know, they do say, well, yeah, we heard that you was married, you know, so we heard in them streets. And she's like, no, Tamar was the one saying that I am not married. We do see Tracy saying how she has a secret that she has to, you know, break her sister. So I'm looking like, okay, is she going to divorce too? If she going to divorce too, then that is a lot to be going on in one family. 2 divorces, an engagement. Girl, what's going on? So we then see Trina and Tracy out shopping for wigs because Tony's having a birthday party. And I guess the theme is to, you know, dress up as your favorite edition of Tony. You know, 1992 Tony with the short hair. You know, you making me high, Tony. You know what I'm saying? How many ways, Tony? It's different kind of Tonys. Unbreak my heart, Tony. I would want to be unbreak my heart. I would unbreak my heart, Tony, because I love the curly wig, and I've always wanted big curly hair. Like, my hair gets curly, but that was like big curly hair. But it'll get on my nerve, and I'll pull the wig off in a minute, so it is what it is. But anyway, Trina and them talking, and then Tracy breaks her news. I swear I was like, she gonna say her husband having a baby on her, or they getting divorced, because she said it was like, you know, crazy news. And she said, I'm going to be a grandmother, honey. And Trina did the goddamn on death drop. Trina dropped, look, Trina must have a background in stunt work, because she dropped perfectly to the ground, honey, and she didn't hurt herself, and she laid there perfectly still. I said, was she a drag queen in the form of life? Because that was a goddamn death drop. And, you know, so her son, who was the same girl he was dating last season, that little girl who she kept saying, y'all going too fast, it's too much, she's pregnant, and they having a baby. And so she's saying how she's happy, but she's nervous. She is the first of the first of the siblings to be a grandmother. So her child is the first one to have a kid, even though I think Trina's kid may be older than Tracy's kid. So Trina was like, I'm just happy it wasn't me, that I wasn't first. So as they laughed about it or whatever, Mama Braxton called. And so Trina like, Tracy, I said, tell your mama, honey. And Tracy say, you know, I'm gonna be a grandmother. Oh, look at God. Mama Braxton was happy. She was happy. But as all grandmothers are happy to become grandmothers. Well, no. Grandmothers, well, no, they not. No. Well, wait a minute. Well, she wasn't becoming a grandma. She was becoming a great grandma. But because she was happy, saying how it's a blessing, look at God, you know, both Trina and Tracy was like, well, she wasn't happy when I got pregnant, so how she happy because my son is, my child having a baby? Honey, I think because when y'all was in y'all 20s, it was something different. So I think she did ask mama, like, why you wasn't happy when I got pregnant? Because I sent you to college to get an education, not to get pregnant. And I think because, you know, back when they was in their 20s, girl, that was 20 years ago. It's completely different. And now this is her grandchild. So that ain't for her to worry about. That's for y'all to worry about, not her. So, yeah. They then talk a little bit about Tamar's divorce. And, you know, Trina saying how, you know, for her, she wants to stay out of it. Because Trina and her feelings a little bit still. So she like, that's her sister. She support her. But however, she going to hold her personal feelings, her personal emotions back from the whole situation. Just so that she not, you know, getting into it and stuff. And, you know, she was still mad. Because remember when Trina announced her pregnancy. When Trina announced her divorce from Gabe, Tamar got up and did a full-on praise dance. A full-on praise as if it was the best thing in the world. And even when she did it back then, Trina didn't find it funny. And honey, Trina, she still don't find it funny. So she's still kind of harboring little things. Or not even harboring. I think it's a thing of you teased us and did things about us. I can't even find someone not review. You said things about us. You made comments about us. And by us, I mean all the sisters. And now you're going through it. Isn't life funny? So we then see later on at a dinner, I think who was all there this time? Tamar was at this dinner. It was Tamar, Trina, Tracy, and Tony. Tawana was at practice for a little play. So at the dinner, Tracy admits she announced that she's going to be a grandmother. You know, Tony has this huge ring on her finger, and we can tell she engaged, and she just waiting for Umba to be there so she can tell all sisters at once. So we know that's what is going on. She has not done it yet. But however, Tamar pulls out a full-fledged microphone. I'm like, where the fuck did she get a goddamn microphone from? Your purse that big? You brought a microphone? Girl, okay. And she's like, okay. You know, Tony, when you get married, you know, you're going to be a grandmother. So she's basically all up in their Kool-Aid, all up and through their Kool-Aid, honey. And Trina was looking like she really sitting there talking about us and she not talking about her own divorce. So then Tracy was like, well, you the one with all the tea. Tell us about your tea. What's going on with you? And, you know, for the most part, you know, I ain't got no tea. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no tea. Not today. And she's singing not today. As in, I don't want to talk about it today. I'm not dealing with it today. But this is my thing with Tamar. Y'all know I'm a Tamar fan. I've said it before. I'll always say it again. However, I can't let stuff ride just because I ride for that person musically. Tamar can't think that she's going to come on this show and have a dinner with her sisters and not discuss her divorce. As if it's not all in the news and as if she hasn't had any conversation with them about it. Girl, that ain't how life go. Because if the roles were reversed and any other sister was there, you would ask them, so what's going on with you? As you did today. So it's kind of unfair with Tamar to be acting like I ain't got no tea, I ain't got nothing going on. Not today. You have to you and it sounds fucked up. You do have to talk about it because you've been so vocal about everyone else's shit. You can't do that. So, you know, she do admit that she's getting divorced. Yep, I'm getting divorced. It is what it is. And so she do admit that things. But when she admitted it, things just went left a little bit. So Tony was saying how, you know, because Tamar was kind of talking as if she wasn't sitting with her sisters. It was a kind of question and answer. I'm going to dance around the question. I'm going to dance around my answer. I'm not going to completely answer y'all as if she was in an interview. And Tony called. She was like, I don't want to talk to you as if we're doing an interview. I want to talk to you as my sister. And it's a way how you openly talk to your siblings. And, you know, Tamar like, because I think Trina then said, not Trina, Tracy, if we want to know, because if someone asks us what we're supposed to say, honey, Tamar said tell them to mind their fucking business. But you see, that ain't fair, Tamar. It's not fair because you didn't do any of that shit with your sisters. Whenever your sisters was going through anything, you had your own opinion at all times, all day, all night, 24/7, up and down, all down the boulevard. So you can't now be upset, or you can't now be in the mindset that I don't have to discuss my issues because I'm in the midst of it. So because I'm in the midst of it, I shouldn't have to discuss it. That ain't how life go, boo, and it's sad, but it's true. So she said, you know, it took a lot for me to come meet with y'all, you know, because I ain't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I know, I'm sorry because what she said, I know that's weird because I've said a lot of things before. I've always had my opinions. But it's because when I was doing that, I didn't know yet. Now, see, she's apologized. She said, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? Heartfelt, I'm sorry. Because when he said, did you apologize? She said, yeah, heartfelt, I'm sorry. But again, I said things because I didn't know things. I was the youngest. I've experienced things. I was the last one to experience certain things. And this is what I call bullshit on that. First of all, I feel like no one can fully really be apologizing when you sucking your fingers and popping your lips and you're not even looking at the people you talking to. Tamar, for the most part, was looking down at her plate. She kept licking her fingers, but wasn't no sauce on her fingers. She kept putting her finger in her mouth, wasn't no food went in her mouth. I feel like it was a defense mechanism of, okay, if I keep attempting to put stuff in my mouth and lick my fingers, I ain't gotta say much. I can, in between smacks and finger popping, I can say, my bad, I'm sorry, yep, girl. You not even taking a pause from eating fake food to say, look, I'm sorry, my bad, I fucked up, I shouldn't say what I said, but I said what I said, and I didn't know that, my bad. But she was she really was like in her fake food plate. I'm like, girl, ain't no food, you ain't putting on there morsel of chicken or fish or steak or whatever, or salad in your mouth. And each time she licked her fingers, I said, but ain't nothing on her fingers. I was really fucking confused. And I was distracted because she kept smacking. And even Trina kept looking like, the fuck is she doing? It was just very, very weird. And Tracy was just like, reality hit you in your face. And it really did. Tamar has always been the youngest. Yes, Tamar has always been the one who would say what was happening to everybody else. And what Tracy said was, because she said, what you mean really hit me in the face? Tracy's like, you said all these things about us from before. Flashback to season 1 when they were sitting at the table, and I remember like it was yesterday. Tamar said, your man is a cheater. Your man is an IT guy on the internet, and he like to cheat on the internet. Your man can't keep a job, and your man want to live off you. But my man is totally different. And when she said that all them seasons ago, it completely came off as a thing of, y'all men do all this messed up stuff with y'all. My man don't do that. That's how it came off. I have never in all these years of seeing the show have seen Tamar ever indicate that she meant anything different than, y'all man have all these issues that y'all have to deal with. My man ain't like that. That's how it came off, and let's call a spade a spade. So she trying to say, that ain't what I meant. And if anybody had asked me what I meant, I could have explained it. It's what you said, Tamar. It's what you said and what you backed it up with, and how you continue to say things throughout the seasons. Okay, we have to be honest here, and lies. That was a lie. I meant that he was difficult too. I didn't mean he was better than y'all. And I feel like when you were talking about your man who ain't no better than your sister's men, you're not going to talk about your sister's men flaws, because your husband has them flaws too. And if your husband's flaw is worse than their flaw, you definitely wouldn't bring it up, because they can bring it back on you. So I'm like, I call bullshit on that, because you can't try to recreate the past as if you didn't say what you said, and then try to make it seem like, well, I meant something different, but no one ever asked me what I meant. Y'all assume what it meant. No, it's how you said it, and when you said it, and what you added to it to say it. You didn't just say, y'all have y'all issues, me and Matt have issues too, and our issues are different. That ain't what you said. You said this is what they all do. But my man over here, he totally different. Meaning y'all got all these fucked up ass dudes, and my dude ain't like that. And all these years, that has been what she has said. So I'm like, no, you can't do that. So, Tamar's not, I'm the youngest, I didn't know, it's fresh for me. I'm fresh in this divorce, and I feel like I should not be attacked. And I don't feel like they were attacking her. Well, Tracy was a little bit. Tracy was getting a little bit feisty with her, true, but Tamar and Tracy have a volatile relationship to where they get feisty with each other. And I think it was a thing of, they didn't take Tamar serious when she was talking to them, and I feel like they were probably offended, and everybody was in their feelings. And true, this may not be the time to have that discussion with Tamar, but as Trina said later, she didn't care about us when she did her stuff. When I announced my divorce and she got up to the prayer dance, that pissed me off. She's done different things. So Tamar's like, why the fuck y'all so angry? You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck y'all so angry? And then she called her Uber. So she trying to get up and leave. And, Trina was trying to talk to her to just say how, you can't use the excuse of you went through things later in life as a reason to disregard what you said to people. You can't do that. But Tamar fucking left. And she just walked up and it was crazy. And I'm like, Tamar gonna have to sit in some shit that she made herself. Tamar has made this bed that she's lying in. Meaning Tamar has said things over the years that have been offensive to her sisters about their husbands and about their lives. And the chickens are coming home to roost. And not in a thing where it's her karma, but she's going through her trials and tribulations. But you're going to have to deal with things you said to people because you're going through the things that you dogged them about. Your husband is accused of different things, and you're going to have to deal with the accusations that he's being labeled. And you can't kind of just run and hide your head in the sand as if, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Mainly because I put on for all these years how great our life was, and now we're getting divorced, and it's these rumors that I can't deal with. And that's just not fair. Now Trina is, as I said, she's still pissed about what Tamar said about her her divorce when she danced around. Tony's saying, I get how y'all feel, but she not in the right mind space to hear what y'all saying, so this probably just wasn't the good time. Honey and Tracy was like, we know she should have picked better timing when she came with us in the midst of our storms. And that's completely true, because if your sister admit I'm finna need a divorce and you get up to a praise break, that ain't fair. And the thing about it is, I don't think they initially was asking her anything in any malicious way. I think they was asking her stuff just to have a conversation, and then the way that she kind of did not respond to them, I think they got offended. And I think feelings got crossed and emotions got crossed and signals got crossed, and it just went left. But that's what happens when you don't have effective communication. Keyword of the day, people: effective communication. So next we see Tawanda at her play. She's in the play. I think it was 2 can play that game. I think she said it was, or whatever it was, because it came here in Michigan. I think it was 2 can play that game. And we see Tamar don't show up. And Tawanda like, what you mean she not showing up? Tamar didn't call me and tell me that. So Tony said, we know she said that she was going to not come because she wanted to avoid the press. Tawanda said, ain't no press here. I can't believe she didn't call me. And I get that, because it's your sister. It's her first play is in your city. You want your sister to show up. Or if she can't show up, you do want your sister to, like Karla. Karla had a play that she was doing here the beginning of the month, but I had some things and I couldn't make it. So as soon as I knew I couldn't make it, I'm like, let my best friend know. And we tried to, switch some things around and get our schedules together because we both be busy and stuff. And I just couldn't make it that day to either show. But it wasn't a thing of I'm just not going to show up and I'm going to text her 2 days. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it. No, you let the person know. When you know you're not going to make it, let the person know. Even if it's 5 minutes before you was on your way with your tiger, whatever the situation may be, you let people know. So Tawanda is upset because Tamar not there, but not more so of the fact that she didn't personally talk to her sister and tell her, hey, I ain't coming. She sent word through Tony, and Tawanda didn't like that. Now, Tawanda, I cannot drink something no more before I do things. Tawanda had like 3 roles in this particular play. Now, they showed her singing Anita Baker, Sweet Love. Let me be clear. Tawanda has a voice. She does. However, Tawanda's voice is not good for that Anita Baker song. I mean, when you hear Sweet Love, has a rhythmic, hypnotizing tone to it. And Tawanda's voice and what they showed, to me, I was like, why did they pick that song for her? And not that she did a bad job. She did not do a bad job at all. However, I wish they could have picked a better song for her voice. Because I'm like, she not Anita Baker. You can't, because you have to sing an Anita Baker song, huh? You got to sing that shit till the cows come home. And I just didn't feel it. I didn't. And I decided to mention that. So we then see, they go to dinner after a little thing. And, she's trying to figure out why Tamar didn't come. And Tracy like, no. No, that's not what they were talking about. They were trying to tell Mama Braxton and Tawanda about the dinner they had with Tamar because they wasn't there. And Tracy like, well, we told her that, she said things regarding their marriage that hurt our feelings, and she kind of just wasn't ready to hear it, and things kind of just went left. Trina said how, Tamar kind of blamed it on her being young and wanted us to just disregard her comments and excuse her behavior. And I do kind of think that's what Tamar was doing. I do think she was like, I was young, I didn't know, I'm sorry, but I was young and I didn't know. So it's a thing of, I'm saying sorry, but I'm also giving an excuse of why I did something back then and how I just didn't know, but it doesn't excuse it. And I think because she kept trying to excuse the behavior, they got offended because she didn't just say, I'm sorry. You know what? I was dumb back then. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. I was wrong. But she just kept on saying, I didn't know. I was young. I'm the last one to do things. I'm whatever. And they didn't like it. And Tawanda was saying how, even with my divorce, she was real horrible at how she attacked my kids' fathers. I felt like she was disrespectful to my children speaking about their dad. And some people forget that when you are talking about the father or the mother of your siblings' children, you are in one way or another dogging your nieces and or nephews. You can't do that, and especially not on TV. So when they cut back to Tawanda and them sitting around, and Tamar said, he ain't nothing, and he don't ever do nothing, and all he is a glorified babysitter, and Tawanda was offended because you can't say that my kid's father, who is a great father, he might be a shitty ass husband, but he's a great ass father. For you to downplay him as just a babysitter, it's rude and disrespectful. So it was difficult to see how much footage they have to substantiate the sisters' feelings about things Tamar has said. Like every feeling they had footage to back up what the sisters were saying. Was she disrespecting my kid's father? Play the video of her doing that. Was she disrespecting my divorce thing? Play that for that. Was she didn't come to my play and she did. They was able to play. I'm like, girl, this gonna have to be a season of redemption, And then Tawanda even said how she think it was tacky that Tamar did not contact her directly to say she wouldn't come to the play. Well, girl, we get that. It's gonna be okay. We do see Mama Braxton and Tawanda going to see Tamar, and they go to her house, and it's that same apartment that she moved into from her and Vince's show. And they both say how at the end of the day, no matter what, they're gonna support her and make sure that she's okay. And even though is upset that Tamar did not come to her place, she's still going to support and love on her sister. And Mama Braxton is shady, honey. Mama Braxton said Tamar already had a big house because the apartment she has now is smaller than her house. Because she said, welcome to my humble abode, because it's just smaller than her house. And Mama Braxton said, Tamar has had a big house. She had a big house and she was miserable. So that just goes to show that, how big the house doesn't matter. What matters is who you in the house with. Oops, did I just say that? I said Mama Braxton. Evelyn. Girl. Oh, she's a girl. Well, Tamar, get it from somewhere. Let's be truthful about that. So we then see Tawanda flat out ask her, why didn't you come to my play, Tamar? I'm very upset. Why didn't you come to my play? And Tamar gives, a straight answer saying, I have not been out of my house since all this happened. I haven't been grocery shopping. I kind of just been staying away from everything. It is not dealing with stuff, but I sent you a text. She's like, you text me after the play was over. Why would you text me or call me or contact me before the play? Well, I told Tony, and she's like, you know what? I'm an adult. I would prefer to hear things directly from the person it's from, don't send messages to someone else. And it's true. When you are siblings, you're close siblings, or even siblings who have normal communication, to call one sibling to say, call the other sibling or tell the other sibling I said this, you got the goddamn sibling's number. Call them. There was no reason for you to call, Tony to tell Tawanda something. You could have sent Tawanda a text. Because I get it. She said, I know Tawanda busy and she might not have time to talk. Well, you send her, that's what text messages are for. Because no one leaves voicemails anymore. That's what they are for. You could have just did that. And for the most part, Tawana said, okay, she get it. Because Tamar does say how, you know, she's going through a public divorce and she's sorry that she knows she should have texted her, and she flat out apologized. And that's what you're supposed to do, Tamar. You just apologize and you don't make excuses, and it works. And, you know, Mama Braxton does ask Tamar, okay, now what happened with you and your sister at the restaurant? And Tamar, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm just not ready to talk about it. And, you know, that's how the episode goes off. I don't want this season to be part 2 of Tamar and Vince. I don't want to be a part 2, meaning I don't want to see fussing and fighting, arguing, and everything being about Tamar and Vince's divorce. I don't want to see that at all. I think if that's the case, they could have did a whole other season of Tamar and Vince. This needs to be about the Braxton sisters. Even if it includes that, that's cool. But I can't take a whole season of it. I don't want a whole season of it. Please don't do a whole season of it. Thank you. But I'm going to leave it there because this damn thing keep making me burp, and that's just so rude. But I'm drinking right now. It's so delicious. I'm telling y'all, it's so delicious. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I am Jay Lee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Peace.